Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So now, we are now leaving from the control center. Now we are going to move to the front gate of speech, yani the lips. Now, in Quranic articulation, we ask, why did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala design the Quranic speech or the Quranic sounds to be physically visible? Remember where we came from? From the deep throat to the throat, now to the tongue, now to the lips. So here, when we observe the lips, yes, you can now see that the speech now becomes visible. Now, when we compare to the speech that comes from the lips, which is visible, unlike the throat sounds or even the deep tongue sounds, the lip sounds can be seen. And you also watch them being formed. So here, I'm going to list some of them. We have B, which is Ba'u. Then you also have Mim. You see? Mim. Then you also have F. It uses the tongue. I mean the lips. F. Then you also have Wow. Okay? Wow. So one thing which you notice or you categorize here is that now the speech becomes external. It becomes public. And one insight which you can derive from this, especially for our benefit who want to experience the listening of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's speech, is that when we're talking of visibility, because these letters lie on the visible part, visibility now increases awareness. And now, when the sound now becomes visible, it now even obviously becomes very hard to ignore. The listener is not only hearing the speech, they are witnessing it being formed in the lips because it's just being witnessed. Now, this creates some themes, emphasis, because you can see the movement or the formation of these letters physically, it creates presence. And also their physical formation, which you can witness, it also creates what they call clarity. Now, what is now the function of these lips over here in terms of the articulation of the beautiful words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? The lips here are functioning just like a gate, opening and closing, and controlling the release, especially when you say fa, f, you are controlling the release. And you are marking transitions, yani wa, and. That is why lip sounds often have a structured flow in recitation. They guide the movement. Ba. They give a signal to what they call shifts, okay? And also they frame expressions, like when we say Bismillah. That's now the whole framing, because Bismillah. Now the conclusion which we can get from this, which we have to sort of reflect to, is that we have moved from the depth control, which is in the depth, which is in the deepest part of the throat, control, which is in the tongue, and now we have what they call visibility, which we find in the lips. So inshallah, the next episode will enter the final hidden layer, which is called this part here inside the nose, which technically they say the nasal cavity, but it's just the sounds which are produced with the help of the air that passes through here, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.